Hi. So, following my track yesterday, after the Enneagram introduction video, I wanted to start from feeling types. And therefore, I think I will begin from Enneagram 2. Like I said, Enneagram 2 belongs in the feelings triad. It is the most extroverted of the three uh, feeling triad, heart triad enneagrams, and it is completely outwardly oriented. So it is in tune, Enneagram 2 is in tune with other people's needs, and they know how to meet those needs. The vision of love of Enneagram 2, when they are imbalanced, when they are balanced, and they are to their best, is that love is more a materialistic thing, a concrete thing than a feeling. And to them, for an Enneagram 2, love must go to the point of having the strength to remove themselves from the person's life if it is necessary. So their sense of self develops when they're children and also in adult age, but consequentially to what happens in childhood. It develops according to how others react to them. So basically, they do something for others, they get a reaction. According to the reaction they get, their identity around that person will develop. This means that every person they come across, they will build a new pattern and a new identity. They will see how the person reacts, and once they see how the person reacts, they will give the person what they actually need. This has a consequence of Enneagram 2s having difficulties understanding what their true needs and their true what their true needs are. If you look around the web, you will find Hudson's levels of integration. And in those levels of integration, Enneagram 2 has some points in which, at some levels, if I don't go wrong, for example, level 2 of integration is one of those levels where Enneagram 2 completely rejects the idea of having personal needs. These personal needs get removed from the person's mind because they need that focus to develop and to grow love. So this concept of removing personal needs may have you think that Enneagram 2 is selfless, but it's actually not the case. Enneagram 2 is not a selfless Enneagram. Enneagram 2 is a very self-centered and self-absorbed Enneagram. How does it work? At a subconscious level, Enneagram 2 give because they want to get something back. We're talking, of course, from level 2 down of integration. An Enneagram 2 integrated will not have that kind of pattern going on. But finding someone that is integrated is really, really, really difficult. So not judge people because of their Enneagram ever. Whatever it may be. You will see via my videos that every Enneagram has very strong issues, and all of them is somehow negative. So if an Enneagram 2 doesn't receive what they want, Enneagram 2 becomes extremely aggressive at 8, and they become very manipulative. Enneagram 2 disintegrates at 8, meaning they become willful, forceful, and manipulative. And they integrate at 4, which means they make of giving a form of art, somehow, more or less. Um, so what is it, sorry, that an Enneagram 2 wants, and what is it that an Enneagram 2 works so hard for? They need to be appreciated. They need to feel needed. They need tons of attention, and they need a lot of gratitude. So if they don't receive all of these things, they're going to feel frustrated. And it has consequences. I will tell you later. They enter a crisis situation, and they get confused when they are in a relationship and their true self needs to come out. Why does it happen? It happens because, like we said before, they tend to build an identity for every person they cross. Therefore, every time they're forced to challenge their model, they have to they get into this sort of confusion, which is actually very good for them, because it is exactly the moment when their true identity can turn out. They want a central role in the life of the other person, and to get that central role, they make themselves indispensable. Their passion is pride. So they're, like I said, Enneagram 2 is not automatically Jesus. Enneagram 2 is not automatically selfless. Enneagram 2 is actually Enneagram 2's passion is actually pride. And it means that they are so ready to give and to go great lengths for others, because they feel sure they will be loved because of what they give, because of who they are and what they give. But that certainty, that self-assuredness, is actually not true. So don't be fooled by that. It's merely a pride pattern. It's a persuasion that what they do is actually useful for the other that makes them feel that strong. Enneagram 2 is a very, very extrovert Enneagram. And you can see that in the pattern of the Enneagram itself. They're going great lengths for others, and they can really, really, really do a lot. I know of an Enneagram 2. I'm quite persuaded the situation that it is an Enneagram 2 that spent 5 months helping a person just to get that, just to feel needed, to get that attention, and everything that I just listed that Enneagram 2 wants, to the point of making them grow. Spending 5 months after a person giving them 100% attention is something an Enneagram 2 is capable of. In my videos, I will list little lists of typical physical issues that Enneagrams meet, because in my studies in the last 6 months of isolation, I found out that there are actually some health issues that manifest according to the core issues the Enneagram leaves. I have a book about it, and it's not something I invented myself. So what concerns Enneagram 2, typical physical, typical health issues will be, in women, issues concerning menstruation. They tend to have times of the year when they do not have menstruation at all, And it happens when they feel sexually frustrated. The sexual frustration is not because they're not having sex. The sexual frustration comes from distress they lived in infancy, because they didn't feel cuddled and embraced enough by their father. So when they live a moment in their lives that they do not feel cuddled and taken care of, they can have issues to the genital organs. That in general for Enneagram 2, women will have issues to menstruation, like absence of menstruation or alterations to the menstruation itself. Another thing that happens, and we will find it in the reverse mode in another Enneagram that is very similar to 2, and I'm not telling you now, and I will not tell you when I will come to it. I think you will be able to understand it yourself. Is kidney issues. What happens when Enneagram 2 feels they're not being cuddled enough? They feel abandoned and they feel lonely. And when we feel lonely, we start, our body starts behaving as if we were in a moment of lack of physical, of food and water, basically. So what it does is to gather water to survive for a longer period, which overloads the kidneys and gives and has as a consequence, of course, an inflated body. It raises mass and it increases mass, and an overload of the kidneys. So these are the main health issues that an Enneagram 2 can meet. It's not that other Enneagrams will not have these issues, they just will not have them with the same incidence or the same frequency, and they will not have the same impact. So this is everything I have for now about Enneagram 2. I hope it helps a little bit, and I will come back soon with another Enneagram. See you soon. Bye.